Hi, this is Karen and welcome to the first of our Throwback Thursdays, the first of our official Throwback Thursdays for 2019. This is the card we're making today using the Springtime Impressions Framelits dies, which is this glorious long die that I've actually done partial die cutting with, aka a Jennifer Maguire idea, which when I saw this I thought perfect. So this is the card we're making, as I said, using the Springtime Impressions die. We're also using the Celebrate Thinlet out of the Celebrate You Thinlits dies, and the sentiments inside are from the beautiful bouquet. So I'm using 3 of our products as a Throwback Thursday, as well as old paper. I can't even remember the name of it. I'll try and find it and pop it underneath. It's in my paper rack there somewhere. But it was a wedding type paper, and it's got the silver foiling on it. It came out the same time as the Painted with Love. So this is the card we're making today. So without further ado, we will get onto it. Now, what I'm going to do to start off with, I'm going to actually pop all the bits and pieces together that I can to begin with. So I'm going to open up the card and I'm going to pop in. First, I've got to use a bit of double-sided tape, and I'm using a really thin one here, but you can use the one from Stampin'. It will probably just make the you could actually make the vellum a tad wider so that you can get your tear and tape to fit across or down the length of it. This is the fun bit, getting the cover paper off, and I'm just going to fold that end over, and I'm going to put just a little bit on the opposite end because I've realised that tape didn't quite fit. So there we go, pop some on there, and this is going to fit nicely along the edge of the card. And you'll notice the card's back to front, but that's okay, it will all come together nicely at the end. So I'm just going to make sure that the edges all meet nicely there. Open that up again, and then I'm going to bring in these 2 pieces, and we will just put some double-sided tape. Oops, sorry, my table is cluttered, but not as cluttered as it normally is. I shouldn't really throw things around. There's actually ink up there that we'll be using later, because I'm using Berry Burst to stamp the inside of the card. Okay. Oh, my table's making such a noise. I hope it's not as loud on screen as it is off. So we're just going to pop that in the middle of the inside of the card, and I'm leaving that area blank for plenty of room to write on. I'm actually stamping the sentiment on the inside here, so I'll do that before we get to the cutting. This part of the card goes together really, really simply. Okay. I'm going to start off with Love Isn't in the Falling. As I said, I'm doing this in Berry Burst. It's in the staying there. And then one more sentiment side by side. I think that is an absolutely beautiful sentiment. So just pop that over there. So that's the inside of the card done, and that is the way it will fold up. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to the side. Actually, no, I can put one more piece of this together, and that is the decorative DSP. I don't know what's making more noise, my table or the chair I'm sitting on. No, I think I do believe it's the table. Okay, so I'm just lining that up and there, and then I'm going to bring in my paper snips or my scissors, and I'm just going to trim along the edge there and remove the overhang. Okay, so that's that bit done. So there's the outside of the card, and the inside of the card is finished. Now I'm going to bring in my big shot plates. Whoops, pop that down. I really need some new ones, I think. And then I'm going to bring in the piece of Whisper White layering weight cardstock, and I'm just going to pop that down there. And then I'm only going to partially die cut, so I just want this part of the plate to go through the rollers. Might actually bring that up just a little bit. Now I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to cut this top half and I will be back. Now I'm going to lift this up to show you that just the top half of this has been die cut. So I'll get rid of these pieces, and I'm going to pop it back down and make sure that I keep these bits all lined up, and then I'm going to pop the plate at the bottom here and pop it through the die cut again, the big shot again. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we're back again, and I'm just going to peel that off, and there you can see the top and the bottom of the thinlet have been die cut. And now what I'm going to do is, with my ruler, I'm going to cut across this area here with my craft knife. Sorry, I was looking around for it. So I need to cut from there to there, and from there across to there, and just trim these areas out. Now I've got to leave this table because I've got a cutting mat over on the other one. So I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to do the same on that side and on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to pop all these pieces out now, so that we've got this piece all finished. Whoops, throwing it away. Now with these small pieces, I very carefully went over them with the craft knife, but I'm going to have to be very careful when I pull them out that I don't damage the rest of the die cutting on it. Okay, now with this die cut, I actually ran it through the big shot about 4 times back and forth to make sure that I got really nice cuts, because some of it is actually still, it didn't cut the whole way through, as in that part there, and there's actually a piece missing there as well. There we go. So I'll quickly fast forward while I pop the rest of these out. Okay, so that's our main floral design that's all been poked out and die cut. I've just noticed it is on a bit of an angle, but that's fine. Now, all I have to do now is go and cut out the Celebrate from the piece of silver card that I have here somewhere. Where has it disappeared to? I knew I had it here somewhere, so I'm just going to go and die cut this out. I will be back in a moment. And here we go. And there we go. There's our Celebrate ready to go on. So I will bring in my two-way glue pen. Okay. Make sure not too much of it glides out at once. If you don't have two-way glue pen, you can use your Tombow by putting little dots all over, or you can use your fine applicator tip glue from Stampin'. So just lots of little dots up the wider parts of each letter. And then we're just going to flip it over and pop it along like that. There we go. And we'll just leave that to dry for a moment. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll just go and grab some of my pearls. I won't be a moment. Right, on the original card, I put little tiny pearls on, but I only have some large ones left of those. So, since these colours actually match in really well with the DSP that I'm using, I'm going to use the Share What You Love Artisan Pearls, because I think they will match really nicely. Now, this is dried. I'm going to flip that over and push a little bit of double-sided tape top and bottom here. Yes, some of it will show through, but in all honesty, unless you're a card maker yourself, you're not going to really pay too much attention to what's on the inside of the vellum. So I'm not overly concerned that the double-sided tape will show through. If you were, you could cut another piece or two of the Whisper White with the whole of the die and just back it onto the other side of the vellum. But as I said, I'm not too overly worried about that. Now I'm just going to bring that in and pop that across like so, and I might just trim this bit off. There we go, so that fits nicely there. And I'm going to pop just a little bit. You could use glue dots on the back here, but I'm just going to pop a little bit of the two-way glue and hold that down for a moment. For a moment. There we go, that's staying down there. I don't know that it's as noticeable as glue dots on the back of the vellum. How about we bring this in just to weight it down for a moment. And then I'm going to do the same here. Just put a couple of drops of the two-way glue in the wider areas of the die cut. There. And turn that round slightly, and the same here. I should have done this before I put it down. I do realise that. For those of you who are shaking your head in amazement. Okay, so we've got that down. Let's get some of these pearls on, And as I said, these are the Share What You Love artisan pearls, but I think they go absolutely beautifully with this paper. So I've got 3 there, and then I'm just going to bring another couple down here. So I'll put one in there and one of the darker ones just there, and I think they just add just that hint of something. Now my Wink of Stella, just over. You could also do this before you popped it on, but I'm not going overboard with it. I'm just doing a little bit of a gleam, and unlike the other one, I'm just going diagonally down. Like so. And that is our card finished. Just get all of this out the way so it's not detracting. Okay, that's the card we started with today, and as I said, when you open it up that way, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then we do the same with this one, opening it up like so. But this one's got the added I don't know whether it's a benefit or added attraction of the multicoloured pearls instead of just the plain white ones. I think this card's lovely. I hope you do as well, and I hope you give it a go. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. I've been getting a few thumbs down lately, mainly with the simple stamping. People don't seem to like my simple stamping. So we'll see how this one goes. Okay, until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.